third gear. Can it do wheelies at like 70-80 kilometers an hour at third gear? Really have to kind of yank this one. Oh! So you can do some off-roading without your hands if you feel like it, or if you're hungry, you can eat now while traveling on these roads. Heading through these trails is a totally hoot. It can't really do it. I mean, that is absolutely false. It is my brother. It is an adventure. It is an 890 adventure. Oh, I've never done that on a Norden. God dang it. Oh, the last speed bump coming up. We're going to do that at 100 kilometers an hour. Oh boy. Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the yet another video. Gotta break down here a little bit. Yet again, people are living here. Yet we are back on the Norden 901 expedition. And no, I actually planned to do some expedition and some gold digging. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. Now we are in rally mode. You have to ride a little bit slower. There's people living here who want to respect their nature living. And yeah, we are back yet again, and I absolutely love this Norden. Just did a review video between the Ducati Desert X and the Norden. It's kind of flimsy. And when it comes to adventure, off-roading, a bike that has it all: heated grips, heated seat, like protection like you have never seen before. Look at that, that's like bone rock solid hard. A bike that has it all for a decent price. The Norden Expedition, absolutely flawless. Now, in today's video, we're just going to be taking it off-road. We're going to be taking it on the highway. We're going to pop some wheelies. Yeah, we're just going to do the full review. We're going to put it on like this, like cruise control on a very dusty and sandy road as well, to see how the bike reacts. We're gonna do a lot of fun stuff today. Now, I have been testing the normal Norden right away when it came out, and I have to say that is by far one of my most favorite off-road bikes when it comes to like 100 horsepower, not too heavy. You know, my 1290 KTM SAR, my Super Adventure R, is by far my most favorite motorcycle, because that's why I own it. But if I'm going to do these trails a lot, off-road a lot, like very long distances, and I might get into trouble with some deep sand or mud, I do prefer this one as my 260-ish kilogram motorcycle. But somebody forgot his caravan over there. Yet again, going into the forest in just a second. But I mean, look at this retro looking specimen. I mean, looking at the colors, I absolutely like the blue, the yellow, and the whitish. The Aquapavic is not worth it in my opinion, because that company is like totally pushing out with the like, for example, if I want to get the decibel killer out, yeah, you have to like drill holes in there, and yeah, it's a lot of rubbish. But anyway, we are back on the bike. The 889 cc's, 105-ish horsepower, 100 newton meters of torque. KTM engine, from, as well known from the Adventure R, the Adventure R 890 series, and I absolutely love it. It is a parallel twin, and yeah, I mean, you gotta listen to the sound. It's like a fast revving engine. See that? So it is absolutely not a slow engine whatsoever. Now we're just going to be hopping on. Look at that, those details and those retro looking lights. Absolutely love it. Now just gonna hop on. We're gonna do some single tracks, we're gonna do some highway, we're gonna do a lot of that stuff, like I said previously in the video. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Now, I have the same tires on it as the Ducati Desert. These are the Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR tires, if I'm correct. I'm 100% correct. And they are not really made for some heavy off-roading. They're more of a 50-50 tire, more like a 60-40. They're good on road. For off-road, yeah, it's not really all that. But anyway, without any further ado, we're just gonna have some fun. Now, first thing we have to do in at the start of the video. Oh, calm down now, Smokey, calm down. Yeah, I think I still have it in rally mode or in explorer mode. Gotta check it out, because that is a really, yeah, it's in explorer mode. Explorer mode is like the wacko jacko of all modes. And the electronics can all be customized, so you can actually set how much ABS, the ABS on and off, cornering ABS. I think that one is off. You can also regulate the slip adjuster, how much you wanted to do this, how much you wanted to drift, and drift from left to right. So you can actually change the corner. Now I have it off, so yeah, it's really going sideways. It doesn't really hold back, and that's the way I like it. And this sand, not sure if you guys can tell that, but You don't really see it on the camera, but this is like very, very loose sand. But we're going to do the same trick as it has the WSB suspension with the same tires. We're gonna speed it up to 50 kilometers an hour, and we're just gonna put the cruise control on. Yeah, cruise control on at 50 kilometers an hour right here. And now we're just gonna let go of the handlebars and see what it does. Yeah, it's not really going from left to right. It's kind of stable. No, it's not bad whatsoever. You see that? So you can do some off-roading without your hands if you feel like it, or if you're hungry, you can eat now while traveling on these roads. It can all be done on the Norden, no problem whatsoever. So yeah.
My name is Jeff.
Oh, that guy looked absolutely pissed. So a little dent in the road. Norden doesn't mind. Go straight through it. Look at that. Woohoo! I do have to say, this WP suspension, I've been riding these suspensions for a couple of years on my other Husqvarna, and I absolutely love WP suspensions. They are like, mwah. I was gonna say mucho gracias, but can't speak Italian on a Austrian bike, of course. But god dang it, absolutely love it. We have a lot of dogs playing in the water. Dogs playing in the water. Yeah, this is our dog park. Oof, gosh. Now, a lot of people do say that you can't really have fun on these big motorcycles, and I mean, riding through trails, oh, gotta be careful here. Riding through these trails is a totally hoot. You can't really do it. I mean, that is absolutely false. And for me, the Norden feels like the Norden Expedition, of course, feels like the normal Norden. And for me personally, this is one of the best big bikes that I've ever taken off-road. It feels like a freaking pit bike. You can actually, my mirrors are a little bit wide for these small trails, and my ABS is good. I mean, this, how can I go through this? This is like a very small little trail, and I have a 230-ish, 240 kilogram motorcycle, but this thing just flies through it. It feels like I'm riding on my Enduro. And if you've ever been riding a Husqvarna Enduro, well, this bike feels just so ridiculously stable and ridiculously good into the corners. And of course, going up is absolutely not a problem. Now, ooh, there's like a lot of horse poo here and smells fresh. Now, going up hills, like I said, the sand here is very deep. I have to be a little bit careful that I keep on giving it some gas, because the looser and the thinner the sand, the more gas you should give it. Because if you close your throttle, your bike is going forward, and there is actually a lot more pressure going onto your front wheel, and you do not want pressure on your front wheels. Now look at this. This is like very loose sand. The Ducati had a little bit of issues here, and also the Norden. Yeah, the Norden is also going a little bit from left to right, because the sand over there was like really deep. This is also very deep sand going down, and then you can actually tell when you're riding sand as deep as this that you have a 240 kilogram motorcycle, because it really needs to find its way and it's not really floating onto the sand. Yet again, the hard route right up to the straight and loose sand platform, gotta go first gear for that, or left route easy. Of course, we're always taking the bad route. Oh, did I take this route with the BMW GS? I think I did. You guys don't really see it how steep this is, but I should stop and actually show you guys how steep this is. But and this is even more steeper. I have to stand up here a little bit because we have some roots. Just like that. You see that? No problem whatsoever. So even doing these trails, these gnarly trails, this gnarly terrain, it is not a problem for the Norden whatsoever. God dang. Not a problem for the Norden whatsoever. A lot of people just keep on complaining and saying it cannot be that fun riding these motorcycles off-road, but for me it just adds to the adventure. Now, you can of course take your mountain bike or your very light electrical vehicle, but I don't really like that. I like a little bit of excitement and a little bit of adventure, and that's what's so cool about the Norden. It feels so good riding off-road. Oh, this is gnarly. Yeah, we're at the gnarly path again. Yeah, what are we gonna do here? We're just gonna take this route, Smokey. Not a problem whatsoever. The Norden will go through elbows up, elbows up. Oh, somebody riding a bicycle over here. And then we're just gonna go that route. And just like that, we have conquered some single trails. Now, one thing that I don't really like about the Norden is the heat that is coming into my legs when riding slowly. Even when riding a little bit faster, you can also feel the heat coming into my legs, and that is something that I preferably do not like in summer times. It is like 26 degrees right now, and I don't like that extra heat coming into my leg. Now with my 1290, the heat actually goes to the left and the right, And on the Norden, I feel like it's just getting blown straight into my leg, like straight into both my legs, and I don't like it at all. Just like that, we are going to quit riding on the road. We're just going to go down here, a little bit careful, Smokey. Going down with these big motorcycles, you always have to be a little bit careful. They tend to go a lot faster down as actually the lighter motorcycles. But this feels like a big enduro bike, like a rally bike. The suspension on the WP, I mean, god dang it, the WP suspension is just, I absolutely love it. It gives me a lot of thrust going into these corners. Of course, these are some very deep potholes. Oh, this is a big, oh, that was a big one. I had to show, actually I have to show you guys this, how deep this actually is, because you guys have no idea, but you're not sure if you can really tell it, but you can actually just fly through here. I mean, these are pit bike single tracks that kids have been making here for a couple of years ago, and even with a big bike like that. And I don't really have that much skill, so I mean, if I can do it, yeah, probably like everyone can do it. Now when it comes to riding the Norden with these tires on the road, I mean, handling is also very, very good. I mean, not fast, 100 Newton meters, enough torque, and for some reason this weird windshield, we have to test that out on the highway. Like, I have to check it out on the highway and the freeway what this hole actually does. Husqvarna says that it will lower the stress in my neck and lowers the pressure on my helmet. So yeah, we absolutely have to go onto the highway and test it out. This is weird. Now we are going to set it into riding mode. We have to put it into street, of course. We do not have sport mode on this one. We're gonna put it into street, and then we're gonna do a little bit of a flying so you guys can actually see how fast this motorcycle is. Like I said, it is not a slow motorcycle whatsoever. $150, you see that? I mean, catching up with traffic, sliding into traffic like Conor McGregor slid into, yeah, I can't remember the name of the girl, her DMs, but I mean, it's not a problem whatsoever. And of course, yeah, staying behind the truck is absolutely nothing. I do see something coming in the back. I do think it's a KTM. Is it a KTM? Is it my brother? It is my absolute brother. It is. It is my brother. It is an Adventure. It is an 890 Adventure R. What a coincidence, going onto the highway, spotting an 890R. Now that is one big ass coincidence. That dude is like doing 130 with one hand, absolutely cruising. Oh, I almost forgot. The hole in here, there's like not much wind coming out of it. It's just a slight breeze. The window over here, absolutely nothing. It actually starts here. So on top of my helmet, absolutely perfect. On my shoulders though, I do feel a bit more wind on my shoulders as on the Ducati Desert X, which is weird because this windscreen is actually bigger as the Ducati Desert X. That is weird. Cruising around, I mean, this thing is stable. The seating height is actually, I think it was like 875. It is the same as the Ducati Desert X actually, but the Norden actually has a little bit of a wider seat, and especially going into the back, the seat is like 36 centimeters wide, and that's like very, very wide. And that's what actually makes my legs go up just a little bit. So the only issue that I have between, besides the heat, a lot of heat that is coming into my legs from the engine, is actually that it feels a little bit, it's a little bit too high for me. They should drop it like, I don't know, like 2 centimeters that have like a solid toe on the ground. But of course, a couple of you guys are probably saying like, Smokey, you're just small. You're just small. You're a midget, Smokey. And yeah, they're absolutely right. But I mean, I'm like 1 meter and 76 centimeters. That is not small. That is like average. I'm an average person, I do believe. I do have to Google it. I do have to Google average men's size. I think it's like, it's not going to be 1 meter 80. It's not going to be 180 centimeters. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh my god! Wow!
Anyway, we're going to try and pop some wheelies and head over to another country, because I cannot do wheelies in my own country, my lawyer says, and if I do wheelies in another country, it's not a problem. So we're going on to another country right now. Dual sports are really becoming a hot topic these days, because you can do like freaking everything with it. You can just go over here, like straight through here, go on that bike lane next to those kids, and probably not going to do that. But I mean, you can let it, you can just fall it on, it can just fall on the ground, doesn't matter, just pick it back up, keep on going, and you do not have to cry about it. It's like made to drop. How awesome is that? It's easy to ride, it shifts very smooth, and it's got enough power to keep you scared for at least a couple of months. I mean, now if you guys want to know a little fun fact, can you see the trucks and the trailers and the excavators everywhere? There was like a big festival over here. The highway is over there, giant festival, hundreds of thousands of people just having fun, bulldozers, loud music for days and days on end, and that's all normal. Like these carts over here, hey, these carts over here all riding and doing crazy shit, bulldozer in the behind, we have some more trucks over here, this guy is just going on the grass. Well, the trails that I'm actually riding is right behind it, like 20 meters behind it. I'm riding the trails, and a lot of these trails I cannot actually ride. It's like illegal to ride on these trails because, oh, the environment. But look at what's going on over here. Look at that. Now I've just put the bike into off-road mode, which actually means the difference between Explorer is you can actually turn everything off, and the off-road mode is the safe mode for more of a novice rider that still likes to have like a couple of electronics working for him, so it doesn't really drop the bike, so it doesn't slide too hard, it keeps a little bit in, it has a little less horsepower, the throttle is a little bit easier, so you don't have to be that scared to just give it a little bit of gas. You got a little bit of electronics working for you, so that's actually we're going a little bit from the left to right here. If in doubt, flat it out, Smokey, flat it out. So yeah, when you release the throttle, like I said before, the front end dows to the front end just goes in, pushes a lot more further down, so elbows up, sit a little bit back, and just enjoy the bike going from left to right. Just let it slide, let it do its thing, get used to it. Look at that. Now what I do notice on this road between the Ducati Desert X and the Norden Expedition is that the Ducati was a little bit more soft, a little bit more forgiving for dents and holes in the ground. The Norden is a little bit more stable, but the Ducati was a little bit more comfortable. Now compared to the Desert X standing in front of a traffic light, yeah, my balls are not getting cooked as with the Desert X. The Desert X does produce a lot more hot airflow into my ball sack when I'm standing still at the traffic light. This is actually fine. It's only a problem when you're doing low speeds. High speeds at the freeway, also not a lot of ball sweating stuff, but I mean, yeah. Now we all know that every one of you has subscribed to me for the Smokey tips. Like I said, for some reason at a standstill there is no heat coming up my ball sack. At the freeway there is no heat coming up my ball sack, maybe just a little bit, but when doing like 40, 50, 60 kilometers an hour, that's like 25, 30 miles an hour, I get a lot of heat. Now I did find a solution. Just put your feet up here. Look at that. You can rest your arms on your knees and you can cruise away like that. I have just found a solution. And we're going to do speed bump test. Now with the Desert X, we could do 100 kilometer an hour speed bumps without flying through oblivion, without flying to Mars. So that is pretty cool. Now we're going to do the same, 70, 80 kilometer an hour. This is like 70 kilometer an hour. Foot on the peg, 6th gear, not doing anything. Oh yeah, the suspension, like I said before, it is a little bit harder as the Desert X. That is a fact. It is a little bit better off-road, but it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder. It's one at 90. Nah, not a problem. I should go faster. He knows I'm there. I know I'm there. Give me a little bit of a smoky foot of approval. The last speed bump coming up, we're going to do that at 100 kilometers an hour. Maybe I should just let go of the handlebar. That might not be a good idea, Smokey. We're going to do this at 100 kilometers an hour, and these speed bumps are like really short. 100. Oh boy. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. WP suspension. Like I said, it is a little bit stiffer as the Ducati Desert X, but of course you can manually adjust everything. But I'm pretty sure that 99.9% of people that are actually watching right now can actually adjust their bike to their personal preference. Into another country we go. Woohoo! Oh, that Quickshifter. Like the Quickshifter is like so much smoother as the Desert X. The Desert X has more like that Ducati mechanical feeling, like more of a brack, brack, brack. When you actually shift, no, not a crunchy feeling. It's not crunchy. Oh, it is not. Whoa! Didn't touch the ground. It's not a crunchy feeling. It's more of a mechanical feeling that you get when shifting gears. The Multistrada does not have it, but the Desert X does have it with the Testastrada engine. It is a little bit more. It gives you a little bit more of that Ducatista feeling. A little bit more. Pa, 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 pa. And this is a sap, 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 sap. You got that? So the Ducati is more like pop, pop, pop when you shift, and this is more like sap, 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 sap. Yeah, sorry. And just like that, we have crossed the border yet again. 2nd gear, 40 kilometers an hour. Oh, a little bit of wind here. There's like a side wind coming from the right, and there's also like people on bicycles coming from the other side. Now, I do not prefer doing wheelies next to trees, absolutely hate that. And also when there is like people close by. Do not do wheelies, Smokey tip yet again, do not do wheelies when there is somebody else nearby. That is absolutely dangerous. You could become a human bowling ball or something like that, so don't do it. So go for the less trees, 40 kilometers an hour. Yeah, absolutely no problem. Yet again, goddamn side wind, what's going on? Pushing me into these side bushes over here. And also the shifter is a little bit high. So the last person that actually took this bike out has been doing a lot of off-road with it, standing up. So we adjusted the shifter to go a little bit higher. But again, third gear, can it do wheelies at like 70, 80 kilometers an hour at third gear? Really have to gonna yank this one. Oh, what? No way it did not. It did third gear wheelies at 70 kilometers an hour. No, it can't. Ah, come on. You just did it. Come on, at like 80? No, it wasn't. Oh, what the hell happened there? It actually did it. It just did third gear's wheelies for god dang it. Oh, I mean, where the hell did that third gear really come from? Oh, I've never done that on a Norden. God dang it. It just came back up. It came back up in third gear. Just on power, on brute power, it came back up. Holy cow. I love it. I love it when a 890cc can actually do that. Absolutely love it. Sorry about that for my enthusiasm. Really sorry for my enthusiasm. I can't really hold myself back. God dang it, what the hell happened there? At the moment, one of my more favorite bikes. Decent price, all the options you want. You can throw it around, throw it on the ground, whatnot. Absolutely like it. So when it comes to the Norden X, there's some freshly new feces on the ground right there. The smell is horrible. The smell is really getting into my brain. Have you ever smelled something that bad that it actually touches your brain, like starts to tingle your brain? Absolutely terrifying. I'm going to give the Norden Expedition an 8 out of 10. Why not a 9? Why not a 10? Well, first of all, like I said, now I'm not really feeling the hot air onto my ball sack, but when I'm slowing down a little bit to like 40-ish, 50 kilometers an hour, I'm really starting to feel the heat on the inside of my legs. I don't really like it. And also with an 875 millimeter seat height, I can barely touch the ground. So that's kind of my problem maybe with my small 176 centimeter height.
Oh my god!
But that is like all. I can't really touch the ground that good. And also 7.5. No, I'm keeping it at 8. I'm keeping it at 8 because I've been hitting these side panels with a baseball bat and whatnot. And this thing is like absolutely made to throw around, and I absolutely like that. The only problem that I still have with KTM that I hope they fix into the future. Oh, that pigeon is not budging. What they should fix into the future, that I can like turn everything off and it actually stays into that setting. Like with Ducati, if I change all the settings in one mode, it actually stays in that mode. If I, for example, now I have like MTC off because I've been pulling some wheelies, street ABS in road. Now when I turn the bike off and back on again, the wheelie control, the MTC is back on. I don't want that. I want, like when I had my first Super Duke R, I actually installed a dongle. And when you install a dongle, well, it actually reminds you, it actually remembers the last setting that it used. So if you turn the wheelie control off one time, or the MTC one time, it actually stays off forever. They should like make that. If you turn it off, it stays off. You have put it off, you have turned it off for a reason. There is no reason. I know, safety, yeah, safety. I don't really care about that. I just want to, and it should stay like that. That's one point that the Ducati has that the Norden does not have. So yeah, anyway, 8 out of 10, really like it, really enjoyed it, really like the color, absolutely beautiful bike, good price, 16,000 euros in Belgium with all the goodies on it, ready to go. I mean, that is a good bargain, that is a good price. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching, subscribing, liking this video, woohoo! And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm going for an ice cream. Peace, drive safe.
Thank you all for watching. If you want to see my latest video, it is right over here. If you want to see my most favorite video, it is right over there. Subscribing is done over here. And if you want to become a full-time YouTuber, as you can see by my play buttons yourself, go to smokytube.com, and over there I have the perfect all-in-one how to YouTube course.